realized how male dominant the accounting profession was. Why didn't anybody tell me that? Why? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Nicole and I'm so happy you clicked on this video. So quickly, for anybody who's new here, hey, I am a public accountant and I mainly talk about my experience within the accounting industry, and I also throw in lifestyle tips, vlogs, and just some random things here and there. So if you do enjoy that kind of content, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button and join the family. Also, don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you are notified every time I upload a video. Alright guys, so this video I am going to be talking to you guys about a few things I wish I knew before becoming an accountant, specifically a public accountant. So if you want to hear that, make sure you keep on watching. So this video, guys, and today I was watching my vlog from almost 2 years ago when I began my public accounting journey as a first-year staff at the BIG4. If you haven't watched that vlog, make sure after you watch this video you go ahead and watch that one. I'm going to have it here or here somewhere in the cards for you to go see that. But I have learned a few things over the years being in public accounting. I have had a short experience working in internal audit as well. So I'm just going to give you guys a few things that I wish I knew before jumping on this accounting ship, okay? The first thing I wish I knew before becoming an accountant or public accountant was the hours. I wish somebody would have told me about the hours, and this was even pre-interning. So it wasn't until I interned that I got the sense of the type of hours that goes into being a public accountant, or even an accountant in general, because accountants, those who work in corporate, they have times of the month where they're working long hours when they're doing month-end close and year-end close to get ready for the new month or for the new fiscal year. So I really wish somebody would have told me about the long hours prior to me going into this career field or even going into this major. Another thing that goes hand in hand with that is salary. So when you are a broke 18-year-old college student and you see $40,000, $50,000 a year, you are thinking that that is a lot of money. You think you're making bank, and obviously when you go from making $7.50 an hour, you know, to making some change, you know, it excites you a little bit. However, one complaint that I do hear a lot within the accounting community is salary, especially within public accounting. By the way, this is my opinion, just my thoughts. Everybody can think differently. We are lowballed in our salary for the amount of work that we do and for the billable hours that we charge our clients. We should get paid more. I know that there are other reasons as to why we're paid what we're paid, but I think we should get paid more, especially during busy season. We are working long hours, and to be honest, having free food for me is not enough compensation to overwork me, okay? So I do wish I knew more about the pay and how all that played out, because I didn't know prior to starting my internship that as a staff, once you become salary, you don't make overtime pay. So yeah, you're working 55+ hour weeks and you are just on a base salary. So that kind of sucks, you know. So that's why when I was an intern, I enjoyed, and we always make fun of the interns and kind of like, you guys are making a lot of money, because in all honesty, as an intern, when you're especially busy season, you are making more than a salaried staff or even a salaried senior. So yeah, so salary is one thing I wish I knew about. The next thing I wish I knew before beginning my accounting career is that school wouldn't help me out as much as I thought it would. I've been working, like I said, going on this is my 3rd year. Yeah, we're going on my 3rd year, and to be honest, I'm learning something new every day. And many people say that within their jobs, that you learn something new on the job every day. Even managers that I work with, they're still learning. You have new audit standards, new accounting standards, new tax standards that are constantly coming out, so it's a learning process. However, I do wish that school prepared me just a bit more. There are things that we briefly touched on in my accounting classes, and I do it in depth at work. And there are things that were not touched at all in my 4 years of school, and even within my grad program, there are things that I do in my day-to-day job that we were not taught in school. If you guys think otherwise, let me know. However, yeah, I think that school prepared me to understand the theory of accounting and public accounting and audit. However, it didn't prepare me to be an auditor, I can say. For those of you who are in tax, let me know if the tax classes helped you at all. However, as an auditor, I don't think that my accounting classes or even my audit class did a very good job of preparing me for my accounting job. What did prepare me was my internships that I did. The next thing that I wish I knew within public accounting, and this is, how can I say, maybe take it with a grain of salt, but I didn't realize how male dominant the accounting profession was. And this is across all of my jobs except for internal audit. But within public accounting, I was usually the only female on the team, and also usually the only, for the most part, I was the only minority or like black person on the team, you know. So I wish I would have known about the, I guess, the disparity and that gap in the public accounting sector. But during my internship, the team that I worked with, I was the only female and I was the only black. I was the only black staff, I guess, or the only black intern there. I think I was the only black intern in my whole intern class for my very first internship, but I don't know. But I know I was the only female. And then also when in my BIG4 internship, there was still also that disparity of female to male. There was more males. However, I got to work with great women. And then now, like currently, I see same thing. There's not that many women within public accounting. I don't know why that is, but yeah, that's one thing I wish I would have known. Another thing I wish I would have known before jumping into the public accounting profession is the whole CPA requirement thing. So I thought that in order for you to get a job with public accounting, you would have had to complete your CPA. So from the time I began college, that was my whole end goal, is to make sure that I get into the program, to the grad program while in undergrad, so that way I can get my CPA or make sure that I have my 150 credits by the time I graduate, sit for my CPA, and then start working. But God laughed at my plans, guys, because here I am today. I still don't have a CPA. So yeah, God laughed at that. But that's one thing I wish I knew, because especially when you are targeting the BIG4, they push the whole, you need to have your CPA, you need to have your 150 hours, blah blah blah, and that's not true. You know, obviously it comes a time in your career where if you don't have your CPA, it's going to affect you, maybe in a negative way, or maybe it's going to tell you, hey, this career path is not for you, you need to move on to something else. But so far I've gotten away with it. But I know for public accounting, especially if you want to be manager and above, you need to have a CPA. But I know that most firms, you can get away with still being promoted up through experienced senior without having your CPA, because you have the amount of years and amount of busy seasons of experience. Another thing that I wish I knew was work evaluations. I didn't know that as public accountants, we are evaluated after busy season. I thought it was just like a continuous thing. You know, they just talk about what goals you want, but nothing's really set in stone. But your work evaluation does matter. How you perform on your engagements do matter, especially after busy season. So they track. So I think for my firm, they do it like 2 or 3 times a year, but they're looking at your growth, tracking how you're doing, and especially during busy season, it's super crucial that you have it together, that you perform as best as you can, because ultimately that does determine promotions. It does determine if you get a bonus in your pay, things like that. So yeah, I wish somebody would have taken the time to talk to me, or like to my graduating class, about how evaluations work. Even during my internship, I wish we had intern evaluations, but they really didn't in depth that we get evaluated every year based off of our work performance. I thought it just mattered more for seniors and above. I didn't think it mattered much for staff and entry level as well. These are a few things I wish I would have known before jumping into my public accounting career. I have learned so much being a public accountant. I love being an accountant. I love being a public accountant. I love auditing. There are moments where it's hard. There are moments where I want to give up. However, overall, I do love my job, especially when we file. I just feel such a sense of accomplishment. Like always, make sure you guys comment down below your thoughts, questions, anything you feel I missed, anything you want me to talk about in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Don't forget to turn on your notification bell so you are notified for the next video that's going to come out. And I will see you in my next video.